Hello, how you doing guys? Today I'll be talking about complex numbers with the form a plus pi. This is the real part, like zero, positives, negatives. It's not cool talking about real part for now. Let's focus with the imaginary part. Okay, let's warm up with the first equation here. If I'm asking you, my student, to solve this equation, you're going to tell me, mister, it's so easy. We need to isolate x. To isolate x, we need to get rid of two options, -1 and the power 2. Okay, so -1 to the other side will be +1. And to get rid of the power 2, we need to take the square root for the two sides. Excellent. You know that the square root will be canceling the power 2. And in case we are using positive and negative, and the square root of 1, it's 1. You know why, my student, -1 is the solution for this equation? Because -1 all squared, since your power is an even power, will be canceling the negative. So -1 is squared, it's +1, minus another 1, it's 0. So -1 in here is satisfying the equation. Okay, well, let's move on to the second equation, trying to figure out what's the meaning of imaginary number. Following the same steps, the same concept, to isolate x, okay, crossing +1 crossing equal will be -1. Again, we need to take the square root for the two sides. We'll be canceling, and in case we are taking positive and negative, okay, root of -1. It's unacceptable to see negative under the square roots for real numbers. So that's why let's imagine this is a number. And according to this word, let's imagine, that's why it's called imaginary number. With respect of the word imaginary number, so let's name this new number using the first letter of the word imaginary, which is I. So the solution of this equation will be positive and negative I. So you gotta put in your database. Now you have a new number which is called I, and please remember it's root -1. So now let's play a little bit with this letter I using some powers. What I mean, since your I, it's root -1. What about I squared? You know that the power 2 will be canceling the roots, so I squared is -1. Excellent. Remember this for me, please. Okay. Trying to use some blue in here to simplify I to the third. Okay, I want you to remember the exponent properties, which is like you can break this power 3 into two powers, 2 and 1. You know that while multiplying the same identical base, you can add your powers, 2 and 1 is 3. And I squared, it's -1. Times I will be in the end -I. Excellent. One more. What about I to the fourth using some green in here? Break it down with the same concept, to the power 2, to the power 2, and you can remember for me that I squared is -1, so -1 times another -1, negative times negative, it's positive, so +1. Remember this for me too, please. I don't want to waste your time, so let's jump for I to the 7th using some maybe orange. Break it down, I to the 4th, I to the 3rd. Why, mister, to the power 4 to the power 3? Maybe we can say to the power 2 to the power 5. Yes, you're correct, but it's so easy to remember. I to the 4th, it's so simplified form, and it's +1, easy to remember, and it's better to use, believe me. So back again, I to the 4th, that's 1, times I to the 3rd, -I, in the end, -I. Bear with me. One more. I to the power 8, break it down, to the power 4, to the 4th. To the 4th, it's 1, 1 times 1 is 1. With some purple in here, So notice that if your power divisible by 4, okay, 8 here divisible by 4, 4 here divisible by 4, the final answer will be 1. Okay, that means if we're trying to simplify for I to the power 1 million, ask yourself, if the power 1 million divisible by 4, divisible by 4 means when you're trying to divide 1 million by 4, are you getting a whole number? Yes, so 1 million divisible by 4. Since the power divisible by 4, then the final answer in the end will be just 1. Okay, thank you for now. Hope to see you again. Bye bye.